just getting a quick post-match interview with Mark Inskip, Dave Northfield and James Petty following today's last gasp 2-2 draw with Highworth Town here today. Skip, is it good to avoid them completing the double over us, but it was had a touch of a pre-season friendly about it with both sides having nothing to play for this afternoon?
Yes and no. I mean, they gave everything. I think they were looking for momentum. I mean, at the end, they're absolutely gutted that they haven't beaten us, and yet they're in a playoff game next week already. So you have to credit them for their attitude and desire, commitment, the whole lot. We've started off slow, a bit pedestrian, and I was looking at the league table this morning when I was getting ready to come here, and other than Romania, who are bottom, we beat home and away, we've dropped points against the next 10 bottom sides. So when you start adding up all those, we could have been right up on Bergkamp's tails. So credit the lads for coming back to us. It's just one of those games. I think some people had their eyes on next Wednesday, if it's Wednesday that we play. But again, the concern is we have to start faster. The games we score first, we're tending to win, and the games that we're conceding first, we're struggling. So be interesting, but credit the lads. 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. I was hoping for a bit more injury time, if I'm honest with you, with all the substitutions, the head injury, etc., and he plays 4 minutes. But and one of our strengths has been scoring goals late on. But yeah, one of those. Glad to get the season over with on that side of it, move on to the playoffs and see where it takes us.
Late show, Dave. Were you pleased with how we played in general, or just we probably wasn't our best performance, but we still created quite a lot of chances, didn't we?
Yeah, look, there was no pressure on the game, so obviously not standing over there worrying too much. But I was that the first goals that the pitch. I think the pitch was involved in the first, with it taking it away from one of our players. But I'd still say I was disappointed with the position. Probably Luke's covering it and Dan's a bit high, so I was a bit disappointed with that. And the second goal, so unavoidable, it's untrue, because the guy's on the floor. We then allow him to stand up, go to 2 or 3 yards and stick it in the net, which is poor.
And that second goal has actually come from when we've probably started to have a decent spell in the game, where we've started to create chances.
It come from the corner, didn't it, if I'm not mistaken? So, which again is disappointing. But I felt we probably dominated most of the game. I think we dominated the first half. The young goalkeeper's made an unbelievable save from Tom Coles. It was going like a bullet. We've had 1 or 2 chances. And then the second half, I actually said in the training, right, I never thought we'd lose a game. It's maybe a bit harsh on them, but I felt we'd win it. If I'm really not sure, I felt if we scored early and we had 1 or 2 opportunities, we'd have won the game, because I think they were nervous about it. And once we sprung into life, it was one-way traffic. It was good to get Dan on. Once Dan Newton come on, I thought he shoved us a bit higher, and to get 25-30 minutes, Charlie, every time we got the ball, thought he was going to open them up. There was 2 or 3 balls played in. There's one to George that made the defenders managed to ease him off. It's an unbelievable ball. He should be at the very, very minimum getting a shot on target, and he got eased down. It happened probably 2 or 3 times, but
Green Army! Green Army!
How many times today did they?
Did he say that?
Yeah. did they block shots and challenges, and they defended for their lives today? So credit to them for that. But I'm not down about it. I wasn't down about it at half time, but then because there's no pressure on it, that's possibly why. Rangers didn't do it together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm quite happy.
James just touched on Charlie there. Obviously, it was good to get some minutes into him, and he made a difference. But I felt at times today maybe we're trying to play football on what was a difficult playing surface, and that caused a lot of our the problems that we did have in the game.
Yeah, we said to the guys at half time that you've got to play to the conditions, whether it be the weather or the pitch, and the slant in this case today, because obviously we've not played at this ground, and it's obvious, like you say, yeah, that did have a bit of an impact. We had to adjust the game. But going back to the substitutes, obviously Dan and Charlie come on today. It was fantastic seeing the impact they both made, and most importantly from Charlie's perspective, coming back from an injury, it looked like he'd never been away. didn't give the ball away, was instrumental in the equaliser that led to the penalty, and was fantastic. So yeah, timing's perfect really.
Skip, just a word for our supporters. Obviously, we've had quite a few come on the coach today. Some of them quite lively. Just a word for them, and I say it's been great going home and away in the league this season with a decent contingent of supporters.
Oh, it's been, proud of them really, because they've sort of grown in numbers as the season's gone on. I mean, the amount that we took to Walthamstow on Tuesday night, which was a late one for everyone, was good, and they watched a good performance. Today they've turned up. This is their second furthest fixture away, I think. So again, coach is almost full, so that's brilliant. And yeah, they're good spirits. The players appreciate it, we appreciate it, and sort of as a family club, everybody tries to get to know everybody. So there's it's a good atmosphere. And like you said, as the second half wore on, they were getting louder and louder and louder. Yeah,
The
score.
closer they got to the bar.
Just finally, Dave, looking ahead to Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be Ware that we're going to have at home. What's your view on that?
It was one of those. Several people have said to me, "Who do you want?" Well, none of them. If I'm honest with you, they're all good sides. You couldn't at any stage pick between any of them and said I'd prefer them, because the truth is, for us to get a result and get through, we're gonna have to be at the absolute top of our game. We're a great side. I think we've played out a couple of draws with them this season. We've come
They've
from
been in front in both games.
Yeah, we've come from 2-0 down in one of them. They're a great side. If it had been them, whether it had been them, Walthamstow on Tuesday, what a good side they are. And he had players missing. Nick had players missing, and did Cott the same. You know, it wouldn't have made any difference. We was going to have to play someone a little bit special to try and get past. And if we can produce that miracle, it'll just be doubly hard in the second fixture. But yeah, look, I would suggest to you that they'll be at the moment they'll fancy their chance against us, and understandably, and we need to turn up. If we turn up, we're going to give them a hard game, and we're going to make it difficult for them to get a result. And again, as I say, we turn up. Hopefully, it's enough. But it will be. I'm sure both semi-finals will be. They'll be on a tightrope, and it will be what way it falls. I don't think that anyone's going to win a game comfortably. I'd be absolutely shocked if they do. And he'll go to the wire, and like I say, let's hope the coin comes down on our side.
Congratulations, gents. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks, Lee. Thank you, Lee.